I'm probably going to have a go at Jaden. I haven't played Jaden before, so it'd be nice to have a game with him.
Again, and Phil is going to be 1 away from 3 in a row.
I think I'm going to pick 𝗡𝗶𝗵𝗃, I think.
Yeah, well, I was arguably the worst player left in, and I was the only one that you could actually pick, so it was pretty obvious he was going to pick me.
It's got to be said, Tony, that was absolutely vintage from Phil Harrison, and he is 1-4-0. He's won 3 in a row, and he has eliminated 𝗡𝗶𝘃𝗃.
And it is John McAllister. John, how are you feeling about that?
Yeah, well, I played 4 yesterday, so I just need to win these 4 now.
And finally, we get to see one half of Team Blessed.
Yeah, you expect it at this point. I thought we might have dodged another bullet, me and Luke, but obviously it just proves he's a bit luckier than I am.
And John McAllister is into the last 4. He defeats Dom Cooney. He's got a decision to make.
Who are you going to play in the next match?
Well, I'll go for the other half of Team Blessed.
Hey, here we go. The next match is on the way.
Four players left only now. One of these two will be eliminated next.
Yeah, didn't quite grip that break, did John, and he's gone in off in the top right. So an opportunity for Luke Gilbert to get his hand in.
Phil Harrison, John Chambers both know they're in the final 3. One of them's in the final.
Yeah. It would be some turnout, wouldn't it, Tony, if John Chambers makes, 3 finals in 3 weeks or 3 finals in 4 weeks?
Yeah, incredible stuff. The lad's playing well, though.
He is. He has more than truly earned his right in that space. Played some commanding pool this afternoon.
Luke Gilbert, the only man who hadn't played up until now, and this is a pretty good start. Drawing off the break. Luke Gilbert mops him up, and he takes the first frame.
Obviously, there's quite a lot to play for Luke, even if he was just to win this one match, just because John's got the bounty on his head. So even just winning one match here, I know Luke would need to win 3 to win the title, but getting the first one over the line could guarantee him some money. John there doesn't look too flustered, does he?
No, you're not getting in his headspace. Never.
The interesting thing for Luke as well is that he knows all 3 players he needs to beat to win the title, as does John. We're beyond the point now where you really have a choice. It's just the order that you take them in. That thunderous front ball break from Luke Gilbert.
Oh, that looks pleasant.
Well, he wanted that yellow
the
to...
bottom of the table just covered up that yellow. Initially, I thought yellows look absolutely brilliant, but it's that red ball coming down the table right at the last.
He's got an opportunity to break it out straight away, though.
Yeah.
And he has. And that's a good result. In fact, he's got an option to break out the other one now. Just aiming into that red above.
I wonder if he plays to get on this. That's exactly what he's done, and he's played it lovely. That is got a little angle there as well.
2 beautiful cannons from
But
Luke.
he's seen if he can screw the cue ball up past that red without contacting it and get on the yellow in the middle. If not, he punches out to the side. And he has got up there. Is he on the one in the corner? Oh, even better.
I mean, this has been some out from Luke.
Yeah.
And it's not taking him much time at all.
No, this is 2-0. almost as if he's saying, "Going to beat my buddy, will you?"
Yeah, there seems to be a little bit of almost like a bit of aggression from Luke. It's like, oh, you don't do that to my mate.
Smile from John. Don't know if he's smiling inside, but he certainly doesn't want to do what he did with his first break and going off. There you see, we've not even played 3 minutes of this match. Quite a few of the ones earlier today, they were getting down to sort of like 10 minutes left and we played 2 frames. This has been lightning fast from lightning Luke Gilbert.
The 4 players that are left are all very much, I suppose, flow players in terms of when they're in a good mood and they're in a good position.
Yeah, well, we saw Harrison earlier and his cue ball control was brilliant. It really was, and it was like the Phil of old as well. You know, right back at his majestic best. Well, I'm telling you now, if Luke Gilbert does get over the line against McAllister, he picks John Chambers.
Yeah.
All day long. Phil
bit-
Harrison is his idol.
Yeah, it's a
Grew
bit.
up with Harrison being one of the greats of pool and winning world titles, and somebody that Luke's always looked up to.
It's interesting this weekend, Tony, that we've kind of had those dynamics with, obviously you had Cohen, John and Kyle all part of that Derby contingent, and the way that that worked out with the bounties. Obviously we've got a similar vein here with Luke, Phil and Dom. You had obviously Tom Jones and Declan Brennan both coming up from Merseyside, so whoever was going to go deep in this tournament, if there were a couple of them from the same area.
And you've got John McAllister and his Todd.
Yeah. Well, you got John and John.
Yeah, well, yeah, but they're just aligned by name alone.
Team John for the Pairs Cup next year, I think.
Yeah. I think Rob Chambers might have something to say about that.
That's a beautiful
Great
shot from
shot.
John. What a shot that is.
Especially considering he's 2-0 down.
Hampered along the line, playing in cannon to make it that look easy.
That wasn't easy at all, but played to perfection by McAllister. That's pretty much where he wanted to be. Come round off the 2 rails. No, straight back up. Just take your pick. And hanging on in there is John McAllister. As the black goes down, 2-1. Still 14 minutes, 12 seconds left on the match clock. We've seen 3 frames go by in a little over than 5.5 minutes. One mistake we've seen is just McAllister's in off the break on that opener, which was duly punished by Luke Gilbert, and Luke followed it with a very good break and finish, which was then the reply that McAllister has given. Break and finish. So Luke Gilbert wants another one. Had a really big break in his last one. Wants to do just the same.
Luke has got a massive break on him.
Look at the reds. Just look at those reds. They are absolutely dangling, waiting to be potted.
Yeah,
Not what John McAllister wanted to see. He wanted to see Luke at least have some work to do.
All he's got to do is just, I suppose, land on the one towards the bottom and be that. Yeah, that's just why he's going to take these top two first rather than just drop the one in the middle. He wants to use that to come down the table.
What are we bridging over that ball?
Yeah, that's not great from Luke. It's the only thing that could really go wrong.
That gives John McAllister a glimmer of hope in this frame.
Don't know if Luke's got any angle just to even pump the white closer to the side cushion. No, he had nothing.
Had to roll it in, and now
This is a
whole
horrible
lot more
cut.
tricky.
This is a horrible cut to hold the white. I think he'll be aiming to hit the two yellows together, and he's not got there. He's snookered himself.
He has. Shake of the head. Just one positional shot. That's all it takes. On what you looked at the start of that frame was a simple finish, really. And now, Gilbert having to, well, he's going to come off the bottom rail and try and kick this red. Is he got
Bit
it?
like that. Oh, well. It went close.
Yeah, he's just telling himself off there now, Luke Gilbert. Why did I leave myself bridging over that ball anywhere but there? And that frame is over.
And as it is, good chance for John McAllister.
Doesn't want to be straight here. You see he's got a bit of angle. Get the cube on. That's enough. Just a tad will do. Probably would have liked a little bit more angle here, but he can just push this cue ball through off top rail, maybe into the side. And he has done. And that's fine. Again, he has a choice, drop it in and play the black in the middle, or he comes around the back of it and plays the black in the same pocket as that yellow. It's opted for the latter.
Well, he's a bit in between. Oh, he's just
okay.
bounced enough.
He's not missing that, Luke. This is 2-all.
Yeah. And Luke Gilbert watches on as a frame that should have been his goes the way of John McAllister. And it's 2 each with just under 10 minutes left. Does that change the dynamic of this game? Because Luke just had the edge.
Luke will be sat there now, and follows him, what's going straight through his head for probably the best part of the last couple of minutes is, why did I leave myself bridging over that ball? And it's easy done, we've all done it, but he'll be replaying it over and over in his head. So he needs to dismiss it. And again, easier said than done. The thing is as well, he'll be thinking, I should be 3-1 up here, facing the McAllister break, but now it's 2-all, facing the McAllister break.
Yeah, it's not a comfortable position to be in, Tony, is it?
It's not.
But
Because you expect John to part and you expect John to clear up.
You just got to be careful with this, John. Obviously, just a couple of times you've gone in off, so just don't do that again. Oh, well, it got pinged. Is he going to get pinged again? No. Look at the split on the yellows.
And like I say, he's potted 2 balls off the break, and you expect him to clear up.
Yeah, these are, for someone of John's calibre, this is as good as gone. I think Luke could probably be looking at this and thinking 3-2 John McAllister.
But then we saw what happened with Luke in the last round at the same instance. I'd basically given those reds to Luke until he left himself hampered.
The only thing I would say is that
you can't really leave yourself hampered here.
Yeah, this is the thing. I think with Luke's clearance, they weren't hanging over the pockets. There was still a little bit of cue ball work to do, but this with John, there's barely anything to do with the cue ball.
No. Does he play this in the middle and drop down for the 1 at the bottom here, or does he pop the 2 balls into 3 balls into the middle and leave that till last? This is the question now.
Yeah, I like that. Perfect on it now.
Exquisite control. 3 drop-ins now from McAllister, and he's going to go 3-2 up. And Luke will still be thinking about, why did I leave myself bridging over that ball? It'll still be in his head.
It's just those minor little things, isn't it?
It is. As McAllister now has this black to get on the hill. Down it goes.
Yeah, I mean, ever since John McAllister got the extra life, you think back to yesterday afternoon and you think if David McQuillan had just got that one positional shot right, this could have been a very different final 5.
But he didn't.
And here he is.
McAllister.
The last standing original hitman. And he's doing the business. And Luke Gilbert needs to make a break and run here. Oh, it's another cracking break.
It is.
Look at the
Thing of
yellows.
beauty. The Gilbert break when it's working in full flow.
Have you ever seen a match where both players are breaking as well as they are?
Yes.
I was hoping for a little bit more out of that, Tony, I'll be honest with you.
Well, that's all you're getting.
We try and make it entertaining for you guys, but this buzzkill over here, eh?
No, they both are breaking really, really well. Nicely done there by Luke. Nice use of the bit side.
It's just been barely any work for either of them to do, is there? For 6 frames, it's been quite incredible.
This for 3-all. What'll he be thinking when he sits in his chair in a second, thinking, why did I leave myself bridging over that ball and the 1 the man?
Yeah, they both shake hands.
Got 3 each. There's plenty of time on the clock. We're not going to be having a 6-red shootout unless something ridiculously negative happens, like all the balls just go all stuck together. The way these 2 break, that's not happening, because you think that, well, it's John McAllister 2 break. You think a few are going to be dispatched here.
Yeah, it looked like there was a little sigh from Luke Gilbert as he went back to his chair, because I think he knows how well John's breaking, and I think he's fearing the worst.
It's the cue ball, isn't it? He's been in off the very first break he went in off, did John, and he was very close to the middle bag in his last one.
Yeah, this is the ultimatum.
Yeah, you're clinging at hope now. You're clinging on to something to go wrong for John if you're Luke Gilbert.
3-all, John McAllister breaking for the match. Straight down the middle, but has he made a ball? Don't tell me he's gone dry after all of that.
He has.
Incredible.
Wow.
Absolutely incredible. From the bricks that the two of them have thrown in for the last 6 frames, how is that the only one that has gone dry? And you can see what John McAllister thought about it. Can't quite believe it. And Luke Gilbert's going to get the opportunity to run out.
Look at the yellows, I mean. What's the toughest ball there, the black?
Yeah. All the yellows go.
Yep, that yellow that's stuck near the red on the sort of black spot, that definitely goes into that bottom left-hand corner through the gap of those reds. Is there going to be another twist?
Yeah, that one was just a little bit wayward from Luke. Yeah, nice pot to recover it. I think he was trying to land on the one to the bottom right.
John Chambers, get your cue ready.
Yeah. You just know, don't you? You know if Luke Gilbert wins this.
Oh,
well,
hang on a second.
Why did he go into the 8-ball?
John, put that cue away a second.
It begs the question, can he pot the yellow into the bottom left? I don't think he can.
No.
But why did he try to go for the 8-ball, Tony?
I think he thought he was on it, and he thought to himself it's quite simple to knock it out, but he's played it. If you're going to do that, hit it firm. And he's just tried to be too controlled, maybe, to steer the 8-ball out to that gap. And, well, you can see where he's left himself. Double kiss it in.
It's not worked, but I'll tell you what, has he got away with it with the cue ball? I think John can see one to the bottom left. But it's quite incredible. I'm sure John McAllister didn't think he was coming back to the table.
I must admit, I didn't.
John's made the plant and he's opened all of the reds up. What a lead.
Great.
Half an inch further away from
I think
that
he's got
red
an
ball.
easy safety here. Can he just play into this red and just leave Luke stuck behind the other red here where he can't see his 2 yellows? Oh, he's let
the
him see
long
it.
one.
He can see that, the top one.
It's amazing, isn't it? If John McAllister is half an inch away from that red that he's touching, he's out. And now he's got that half an inch wrong and Luke Gilbert's got a chance again. Luckily for Luke, he had his extension here. I think he was ready to rush then.
Here because there's a decision to be made how you play this. Do you just run it in or you get your cue up, and he's going to go and play for the power if he wants to screw back a little bit. Brilliant
Unbelievable pot. Unbelievable pot under the pressure from Luke Gilbert.
I think he can run this past the black. The cue ball, come off the side rail and have the black in the middle. Now you can get your cue out, John Chambers.
Was it on the cushion?
He stuck it to the knuckle.
There's no way. There's no shot. Can he drop it in?
He'll have to double it in the top left. Surely it won't go in there. He's going to...
Oh my God, what is going on here?
I don't know. This is...
It's all happening.
On the last frame, Luke Gilbert, that's 2 Gilt's Edge chances. He cannot believe it. I'm sure John McAllister cannot believe he's back at the table again.
I mean, it's massively unlucky to just sit it on the cushion, but at the same time, I mean, he's flicked it.
Well, I did say, can he get through when he playing with top spin with that yellow past the black to come out of the side rail, and he clipped it. Pure theatre.
I mean, it doesn't get any more tense than that, does it?
Well, you just don't. This last frame's been incredible because we just had a complete. Nobody's missed a ball, and then this last frame, it's just all happened. How's he landed on this red? Bit
Just
close,
about.
but he's okay. He's happy. So this red into the bottom right-hand corner for John McAllister.
And he's gonna get out. Unbelievable.
Well,
And
tremendous match this has been.
I mean, both have played to such a high standard, but Luke Gilbert will be absolutely gutted. And John McAllister survives. And John McAllister will have to pick in the last three. Luke Gilbert eliminated. We will be back after the break.
Well, welcome back out to the arena. It's good to see a very dramatic deciding frame. We don't see too many of them, John, but that was really entertaining for us. Probably not so much for you to be part of.
Yeah, obviously I was just buzzing to get a chance in the end. Yeah, just looks on my side once again, isn't it? So, yeah.
Into the final three. Obviously, for you to win the tournament, you now have to win 2 more, so you have to win 4 straight. You've got a decision to make. You can go to the random draw, but would you like to play Phil Harrison, or would you like to play John Chambers, or random draw?
I'll go random draw.
Random draw. I thought you might do this. Let's fire up the machine for the final time in this year's Last Man Standing. And it's going to be Phil Harrison into the penultimate match to take on John McAllister. Congratulations, John Chambers. You are now in the final. Job done. I guess you knew you were going to have to play quite a bit of pool coming into this final session, and 2 more matches for the title.
Yeah, I don't mind. Yeah. I was hoping John would get pulled out, but
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what you got to do.
yeah, I know what I've got to do. Yeah.
And the good news for all 3 of you is because of the way that the hitmen and the bounties have all ended up, all the bounties left is going to go to the winning player now, so we can, it's a nice little bonus for whoever wins it.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get it on. Penultimate match is after the break.
But what an incredible last frame we had just with McAllister and Luke Gilbert. Still can't quite get over it.
You have to really feel for Luke Gilbert, don't you? He just couldn't get over the line, could he?
It's going to be an annoying drive home for him.
It's going to be John to break here, and that is a big first split. He's definitely found his break in the last match or 2 as John. Let's just have a look here. It would have been a perfect finish if he just had a slightly nicer opening red. Just means he's got to pull out a pot to get started here. And he's looking towards left centre. And that's a lovely opener.
Great shot there. Nothing in the way. It's just John picking his route. Red at the top now. Screws a cue round the back of that yellow. Comes down into the middle of the table. Those 3 balls will be dispatched very shortly. This black for 1-0. McAllister has come out all guns blazing.
And you felt like John McAllister absolutely had to. I mean, based off of what we've seen off of Phil already this evening, Phil is in fine form. Winning that first frame just puts a bit of pressure on Phil on his own break. And John will need to keep that pressure up to win this match. It's going to be Phil on the cut break. It's not a great break. Is he going to be rewarded? Yeah.
Yeah, got choice of reds and yellows there. He has a reasonably easy option of either colour. Well, we're going to have a little guest in with us now. We're going to have our main host, who's been looking after that arena for the last 2 days.
I mean, I'm not sure.
Webb.
I'm not sure how it's come across to the viewers at home, but every time I've gone out into that arena, it's been absolute carnage with the players. You don't know what they don't know what they're going to give you. You've got Phil Harrison, who's very quiet and keeps himself to himself, and Cole, who will do anything. So yeah, it's been a very intriguing weekend from that perspective for me, anyway.
I was going to say, how have you kind of analysed how the night's unfolded, Simon? Obviously, now we're kind of in this business end.
Yeah, I think that having the dynamic of having, you know, Team Blessed and Phil out there kind of made it kind of obvious what everyone was going to do, kind of at every step, really. So it's nothing's been a surprise, which has kind of taken a little bit of the drama out of it for me. I'm a little bit surprised that John went to the draw. I mean, not really, because he didn't want to be. I think he just didn't want to have to pick between the two of them, but I think he probably should have picked, in my opinion, John, because he's been off the table longer.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think it's largely gone as expected, and therefore it's just come down to the pool and less about the kind of game within the game.
And one thing I would say as well, Simon, definitely since the Cole game, to be fair, I think that the standards seemingly just raised another level as well. I don't know if you'd agree with that.
Yeah, no, I think so. I mean, I think some of the pool we've seen over the course of the last couple of days has been crazy and outrageous, but I think the quality has been there and stronger as we've gone on. And I think that's probably because, obviously, Team Blessed aside, who played a match each, everybody else has now had plenty of table time, you know, so that they're getting, and obviously it's a big change coming to this cloth. It's subtle, you know, it does play, there's similarities, but it does play differently, and it does take a little bit of getting used to out there. So I think the players have done that.
Bit short. What if he just punches this into the middle? Sort of puts some right-hand side on the cube and comes off the right-hand side rail onto the bottom rail and then up behind the yellow. That's what he's doing. You see he's putting that right-hand side on that cube.
Oh, lucky boy.
That'll do.
Is that a rub? This is perfect. Just brings the cue ball back a few inches. Black's going to be in the centre. And Harris is going to reply in kind.
Doesn't matter how you get there, as long as you get there. And that is 1-1.
I think the three players we've got left, you know, it's two champions, two multiple champions, but also we've got John Chambers, who's trying to make his first title, but he's been in two finals recently. So there's interesting dynamics out there, because I think with Phil and John, they could just do with another title. They've been a little while for them, and they could just do with them just to get him going again. And for John, it would be, you know, a nice way just to get going, having had two tough losses in finals, especially in the Champions League final, which was very, very tough.
Yeah, it was interesting because at the start of the tournament, me and Tony kind of alluded to the fact that John McAllister, out of all the 5 hitmen, was the only one that hadn't won a recent tournament. And now here he is, all of a sudden finding his form, and he's in the deep end of the tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd be interested to know what Tony thinks of that. I'm having a bit of fun. My colleague here, he's decided to take his headset off and go for a wander. He's just trying to catch him off guard.
Was somebody not ready, Tony?
I'm being barracked.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the three-way commentary, Tony. We can have a bit more fun with you.
Thanks for that.
Key frame, really, isn't it? That time in the match where trying to get yourself in front. For John, it's more important, obviously, having the break.
Red ball's in play.
I was going to say, between these two sides, it feels like even just John winning the lag feels like a big difference. Just because of how well all the players have been hitting the break over the last hour.
Yeah, could well be. Could be a deciding moment. Tony, have you told, I don't know how much you've been interacting with everybody, and you've been having a lot of messages, I know, from people giving you their opinions and for getting what's going to happen and all that sort of stuff. You told me at the last break when we went for a little bit of a bite to eat that somebody messaged you through, a former professional, to tell you that they thought Darryl Whitworth would go really well and might make it deep in the competition, which was a very good prediction once he'd gone deep in the competition, and then lost the next match. Which I just thought was, I wondered whether you'd told that story.
Well, yeah, I'm not going to mention Cleve Thompson's name.
No, don't mention him. No,
I won't.
No. Very bold statement that was from Cleve. He really pushed the boat out on that one.
Yeah. He said, don't tell anybody until he gets to the final now.
Oh dear, but it's that sort of event, isn't it, where everyone's got an opinion, everyone's throwing it around. What I've enjoyed, because obviously you guys have been camped in here most of the weekend, I've enjoyed walking around and kind of, when I've had chances to go and speak to the players, and actually they're all been scheming all weekend long. If this happens, if that happens, what's he going to do? How's he going to go about it? And I love all that side of it. And then they go out there and they don't really give too much away when they're on mic, but off mic, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, if you had somebody go around with a secret mic and pick up what they say, that would be interesting.
We wouldn't be broadcastable. Well, whilst we're doing all that, John's made pretty light work of this.
It just feels like a significantly long amount of time now since John has actually been out of position. It's terrifying, really.
Yeah, it's at least a day.
Yeah, if you are just joining us, yesterday John McAllister lost his first match to 𝗏𝗏𝗃, then got awarded the extra life. Then he had a couple of, he had a good, he got called straight back out by Rab, put together a good performance for 4-1, won another match 4-1, and then in his match to get in the hot seat, he was trying to run around the table and make a buzzer beater clearance and potted the 8-ball and the cue ball, and he was out of time, so he was all right. In the end, he was saved by the buzzer rather than getting a buzzer beater, and ended up winning it in a 6-road shootout. So he's rode his luck, we shall say. Yeah,
and then he was saved by the cue ball a minute ago, wasn't he? Or saved by the black ball against Luke Gilbert. If that doesn't sit on the cushion, he's lost there as well. So yeah. Maybe 4th time's the charm, either for Phil or John.
I tipped John McAllister well into yesterday. I don't think he's been lucky at all.
Oh dear. No golden break here. We gave it a ride.
Well, we've only had 2. We've had Sean Chipperfield and Josh Kane. It's the only 2 golden breaks. We've been close. Cole Bedford nearly had one.
John Chambers to win his match earlier as well.
Yeah. Thanks for that. So, like I said, we only had 3.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Big visit then for John, getting back on track. Can he get himself a couple clear and have the break?
How are you tackling it, Si? It's probably the left. Is it the yellow towards the left middle that's going to cause him the issue?
Yeah, there's a few different ways he can go about that, and I wonder whether it actually does go top right. I don't think it does, but that might have been an option for him if he felt it did, but I don't think it will. So
He's gone for it straight away.
yeah. Oh, he's very unlucky here.
Glued to the yellow.
It's the way you want to play it, into the cushion and then into it. It's very hard to have any cannon there, not leave him plumb on at least 2 balls. I think it's touching ball. It does give him some safety options.
Extension call.
Yeah, touching ball it is.
I think he's going for. Well, I was going to say, I thought he was going to go for the pot and try and kick the other yellow into the corner, but
Exhibition Tony's turned up.
well, never really went away. He's been sort of hovering him in the background.
The nice thing when you used to play Tony is you could count the safety shots on one hand for a season.
For a career.
Extension call.
Good area of the table that John's found, certainly limiting what Phil can do. And Phil responds.
Good shot there by Harrison. Has he left him a double?
If that red doesn't come down, he might have left him the one on the cushion, but it does come down and block the line. Might have an edge for that double. Oh, he does.
Oh, look at that, it's a perfect gap.
Yeah, he's got it full ball.
Not took it on.
No, but it gets him into a safe area of the table, putting all the pressure onto Phil.
Temptation would have been too much for me.
I think would the temptation be too much for you here, for Phil? I feel like for Phil, if he takes something on, he's got to risk missing and leaving something on or play safe.
He's gone back towards that same corner again.
Yes, at this time there's no double.
Quite like that from John. Just bumping a yellow above the centre pocket just makes the safety side of this shot from Phil Harrison a lot harder. Doesn't have as big an area of the table to land in now.
I bet if you could have clipped off the side of the 2 reds on the right hand side and get the cue behind the 2 at the top.
In the end, he goes aggressive, and that's a lovely shot.
Wow. Great shot from Harrison.
Don't know about you, Luke. I'm slightly disappointed that Exhibition Tony didn't pick that one out. That's what he's here for.
No, I just turned my head towards the safety there for
Can we just
split second and see what happens.
Just clarify that you were recommending a safety shot?
Yeah, I was.
And it's the one time Phil goes for
I
a
like,
pot.
I like to mix it up a bit.
Yeah. That was your one time for the season.
Yeah, especially when it's the wrong call.
They all go. They've all got a pocket. And this is a really good chance to tie the scores up as we get close to the 15 seconds a shot.
Which Phil loves. Not.
I think it's a rare occasion where John McAllister's got more of an advantage at the 15 seconds a shot than not. Against most players, would be saying that, you know, John would be at more of a disadvantage, but Phil has always struggled with it.
It's almost as if like Phil forgets. He goes around the table. He's got his plan in his mind, which ball he wants to take, and then suddenly forgets, and he springs into action and has to gallop around the table and catch himself up again.
He gets so into what he's actually doing and figuring it out that, yeah, I completely agree with that.
Yeah, you hear that buzzer, the 5 minutes, meaning that the 15-second shot clock is in play. Phil's just got to avoid entering that void sometimes. But
Hello.
here we go, straight away.
That transition catches you. That was actually a really important shot, that previous one for Phil, to land with the angle, just to be able to pull back. If he gets that slightly off, all of a sudden he's got a bit of work to do. Well played shot.
It's a great finish this from Phil.
Yeah, especially finding the shot in the middle pocket to end that tactical exchange that it just felt that John might have been slightly getting on top of.
John forced Phil's hand, but Phil answered with a great shot. And he puts a great clearance on top of the great shot to make it 2-2. 3:54 to play. This is big.
You kind of expected it with these two to go close, though. Obviously, yeah, just with the form that both of them were in, they were always going to kind of trade and exchange with each other. John simply in control, still just having that break.
God, he's hitting that break well, isn't he? Oh, can you believe it, though? It's dry. And a touch messy as well. Still think there's a finish on here for Phil, but it's not an ideal one.
You don't reckon it could go 6 red to the final with a layout like this, Simon? Do you reckon it drags out 3.5 minutes?
I think Phil's going to go here, so I think it's more likely that we get 2 finishes for a 6 red than this one lasts 3.5 minutes.
Yellow ball's in play.
That's nice.
Yeah, now they're all there. The tricky spot here from John's hopes is quite simply that Phil Harrison has the next break. So he'll be really hoping he gets to the table in this frame, but with every shot played, it looks less and less likely.
Yeah. I mean, in the game before against Luke, obviously John went dry at a pivotal moment and Luke didn't quite capitalise. I just have a feeling that John's not going to get away with it twice.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So good from Phil.
He's got to play on the one that's next to the black. Like this and screw back.
This is fine as long as he's not flicking the 8 ball on the way through, which I don't think he is. I think it's just low enough. We did flick it.
Oh, well.
Played it nicely, though. He knew he was flicking it, and the way he played that was excellent.
He's going to be leaving just over a minute for potentially a John clearance. So Phil will need to make sure he makes a ball off the next break. Yeah, great out from Phil.
Yeah, he could have done, once he got himself into position, he could have done a little bit more on the clock there. There's a difference if he could, can he run an extra 20 maybe off? It does limit John's chances more. But he is backing himself to make a ball, isn't he? And that being enough.
Can John McAllister dodge yet another bullet?
I mean, as I say, John's survived 3 times. you know, at some point the percentages have got to give. Was this maybe just the stretch too far?
Well, I reckon that six-thread shootout looks more likely now.
Yes. Especially, yeah, with the position the yellows are in, you can't really see John going too far wrong.
Time pressure and match pressure, but yeah, their layout is lovely. Kind of a bit of a brindle layout, really, where it's kind of laid out where in patches, but you can work your way through it.
Oh, and he's missed the yellow.
No, no, and the 8-ball.
Oh, it's not going to make much of a difference, is it? I mean, Phil's got 30 seconds. I mean, unless there's a massive brindle on the screen and Phil can't see any reds whatsoever, you've got to say that Phil is going to be in the final against John Chambers.
Yeah, I used to have a boxer dog that was brindle. While you're on it. But there we are.
And there you have it. They shake hands. John McAllister missed his opportunity to equalise, and Phil Harrison and John Chambers will be your final for the last man standing. We will be back with you in just a minute.
Phil, into the final. Another intriguing match there. Felt like there was a key frame in the middle. You just managed to get the edge on that, and obviously gets yourself into the last man standing final.
Yeah, I mean, obviously broken disc is 2 frames that he played, and I don't know if I did or not, but I just remember the frame where I had to pot the ball. I knew I was going to kiss the black and the red. I was going to kiss one of them. I just needed to make sure I didn't push the red too far over and just hopefully top up, and I've left it. So it was one of them, you haven't really got enough time to think, so you just get down and hit it, but luckily for me it went my way.
You're playing some really good stuff today, and obviously one more match to go. I mean, we don't need to worry about any draws. We don't need to worry about you calling anybody out. But as it is the last man standing, I feel like you should call out your final opponent. Would you like to play John Chambers or John Chambers in the final?
John Chambers.
You're going to play John Chambers. John, are you around? Come on in, John. I thought you might have disappeared then. No. Come on. John, it's you put a lot of hard work getting into the final of this competition. You put some good stuff in earlier on, but you're back out for one more match to try and get your hands on a trophy. And you've been in a couple of finals recently, so it's the third one.
Yeah, third time lucky. Fingers crossed anyway. Sorry, Phil. Had a little bit of luck early against Chris. I think you need it, especially in this format. It is a bit of a lottery, but I think Phil's probably played the best of the weekend so far, so I know it's going to be tough, but fingers crossed I can do enough.
Okay, well, best of luck. Third time lucky for yourself, hopefully. And best of luck for you, Phil, as well. One more match still to go to find out who will be the last man standing.
And there he is, John Chambers, out again for the final, taking on Phil Harrison. Phil ousting John McAllister in our previous game. Immediately makes a couple off the break. This is a good start for John. How's the split? Pretty good, Tony Holgate.
Not bad at all. So it all comes down to this last match. Will it be John Chambers? Will it be Phil Harrison?
And here he goes, he's in good position on the reds. Just want to assert yourself on the final. I know John's first final with Ultimate at the start of the year when he played Tom Cousins, he just never quite got into the final. The second time round when he played Declan, he seemed a lot more composed. And a lot more, just felt a lot more confident.
Well, I can tell you there's an extra incentive out there for John Chambers to win this final. That's because last time we were here at the Players' Championships, Rob Chambers, John's brother, was playing Phil Harrison on one of the outer tables. And I do remember Phil potted the black and one frame, walked round, went to sit down, and actually nearly sat on Rob's cue, but it knocked it onto the floor and knocked Rob's tip off. And Rob just messaged me and said, "Come on, John, don't forget he knocked my tip off." So he wants some revenge. He wants his brother to get it for him.
Yeah, John's just got pot a good ball here. And he hasn't. He's missed.
Wow.
He just went a roll out of position, just trying to play the red into the top corner. Not ideal, because I think Phil can plant these down the line, and even if he doesn't get them, he's got the cover. And there you go. Not the start John Chambers needed. And it was a golden opportunity as well.
Yeah, he did all the donkey work there.
Yeah, Phil just playing a nice shot just to open up the 2 yellows at the bottom.
Just easy stuff to do now for Phil Harrison.
Yeah, quick as a flash is Phil when he's in good form.
First blood, the farmer.
Yeah, and a big, big mistake from John early doors. Yeah, John's just got to keep his head up high. I think the reality is it's a first to 4. And as long as Phil's not at 4, he's got a chance. So just got to mentally just keep playing frame by frame. And just taking your chances when you get them, because you're not going to get a lot off of Phil at the moment. The way that he's playing, I mean, John McAllister didn't really put a lot wrong. Could have equalised at the end, but every time he's been at the table so far, it's felt like the Phil Harrison show. Starring Phil Harrison, made by Phil Harrison. And he's got that black ball on the move. And a bit harder, and it would have gone in that right middle.
It would have done, yeah.
But as it is, it's still not a bad split.
No, we'll settle for that all day long.
And we have got somebody joining us for our final game tonight. Obviously one of John's team from over in Derbyshire. Cohen, it's been a little while since you've been with us in the comms box, but obviously must be buzzing that one of your lot are in the final.
Yeah, fantastic to see. Hopefully, 3rd time lucky for John. He's been in 2 finals. He lost to Tom Cousins and Declan Brennan. Hopefully, the short format. 1-0 down to Phil at the minute, but the short race, it can soon turn around. So, yeah, hopefully, 3rd time lucky for John. He can win this final, hopefully. Good to see.
Well, I think it could be 2-0 in about 45 seconds.
Yeah, I agree. Can't see Phil missing these anytime soon, but you never know.
Yeah, but as I alluded to, Tony, and it was something that Cohen was a part of, actually, that free frame curse. Phil is the only one to have ducked it so far, but nothing to say it couldn't happen again. Obviously, Callum was 2-0 up on yourself, coming and he came back. And that seemed to have happened quite a lot this weekend. But I suppose it's the mercy of the format as well, isn't it?
Just seems that Phil's got the cue ball on a string at the moment. Played really well when he won his 3 in a row earlier. That was like Phil of old. One when I used to play against him when he was winning world titles.
I mean, obviously we've had a few players that have won 3 frames, well, 3 matches, my apologies, this weekend. We've had a few that have won 3 frames, but the ones that have won 3 matches this weekend, you know, Chippy, Cole Bedford, John and John both rode their luck a little bit. I think in terms of real form across the 3 matches, I think yourself, Cohen, actually, and I think Phil were probably the 2 standouts that ended up getting immunity.
Good start there for Phil. Capitalised on John's mistake the first frame, and then a nice clearance there to make it 2-0.
Yeah, and now John's going to have the opportunity to respond and needs to get the frame on the board, you feel. It's a long, long way back if you go 3-0 down against Phil Harrison in the first of 4.
Hopefully John Braken clears here, get himself back in the match.
Yeah, he looked good the first time round and then just slightly ran awry on the last red. That cost him. Can he make a ball? It looks like it's going dry.
Yep, dry.
Don't like finals, John.
You don't want to make it a thing, do you? And it's not another open opportunity for Phil as well.
Probably got to be reds, I think. Oh, you could take yellows as well. Yeah, and I think personal preference here. There's routes out for both colour sets here.
Yeah, that yellow that could
come. Do you know what I think steered him towards yellows is just the fact that because that yellow was over the middle bag just to get on the black.
Yeah, an easy ball.
Yeah.
Link up for the 8.
If you go reds, it's a little bit tricky around that middle area just to get to the black ball.
Yeah.
And I think that's just made his mind up for him because if I can get rid of these, his tap-ins all the way and I'm going to be right behind the black. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Might just nudge into this red and yellow there. Potted them both.
Well, if you're not sure, get both out the way, I suppose.
This is slightly awkward, though.
That's changed the dynamic of this.
I think if he plays the plant, the yellow will go towards the top right pocket. It's just a winning shot, isn't it, for the frame? If he gets this right, you'd make him for the out.
Ooh.
He's all right.
I think he can he just drop it in the middle?
I think he can. I think there's enough there. It's not glued to the knuckle.
Not quite as unfortunate as Luke Gilbert in the 2 matches ago.
Yeah. I mean, that was brutal, to be fair.
I thought he just had enough where he could slide that yellow in and come past that black, and he's clipped it and knocked it safe. And that was earlier. Luke Gilbert against John McAllister. But this is the last match of this tournament. Whoever wins will be the last man standing. At the moment, Phil Harrison is making big strides to be that man.
Yeah.
I'd like to come a little bit further. Slightly off angle, so he's going to leave himself a thinner cut. It's one of them he could have afforded to go too far because he could have just pot the yellow and come into the black. But Should be okay, but like I said, if he come a little bit further, it would have been right behind this, where it was make it pretty much unmissable. But this 4-3-0.
Oh, it rattled.
Wiped its feet, but
But he's on the hill.
We knew what we were saying coming, didn't we?
yeah, wiped its feet.
Well, one away is Harrison. John Chambers requires every frame left. 4 in a row he needs.
And I mean, since the first frame, to be fair, Tony, he's not really had a chance.
No. No, he missed that long red, which you'd expect him to get in the opener. And then it's just been one-way traffic ever since.
Frame 4 for Harrison's break. In 3 frames to 0.
He wanted to go for the golden break to win it, it seems.
Look, it's another great split, and
Wow.
yeah,
Been breaking very well in this final layers, Phil. The 8 ball was tracking, just didn't quite have the legs. Trying to G it in there.
A little bit more work in this finish. Just
I like yellows, mate. I know there's that one on the right that's stuck
Yeah.
behind the red, but I don't like the 2 at the top right-hand side of the table for reds.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think he's. I think you'd take these 2 in open play, and then I think you'd play the double. And he's the man for doubles, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
Everyone
with that.
chooses him when they do Ultimate Pool do that social media quiz on who's the best at doubles. It's always Phil's name that gets mentioned.
Yellow balls in play.
yeah, he's going for the double now. Just going to get it out of the way. Probably stuns the white into the red underneath. And there you go.
Is in. It's looking like Phil Harrison is going to land this title.
It's fair to say after his showing this evening, Tony, it couldn't be more deserved.
He's been very, very good as Phil. Really rolled back the years.
Just stun this cue ball dead and then leave the natural for the yellow closest to the pocket to come around for the other one.
Yeah, it's very unlucky to John Chambers. He's had a great event again. 3 finals in the space of about a month. It's unbelievable. So consistent, Cohen, so consistent. It's been a pleasure to have you in the comms box. Phil Harrison is the last man standing. He has defeated John Chambers 4-0. And we will be back to speak to them after the break.
Well, welcome back out to the arena for the final time this weekend for the last man standing. It has been a brilliant competition and it ended up being a very good final as well. Brilliant performance from Phil Harrison walking away with the title. But another run-up performance from John Chambers. We get a few words with the runner-up first. John. John, congratulations on another very good performance, making it through to another final. Things are going well in your first year as an Ultimate Pool professional, but just couldn't quite get anything going there at all.
No, I mean, I didn't get on the red in the first frame, and then that was it. I only broke again, and that's it. And to be honest, I think Phil deserved to win the tournament. He's been brilliant. All matches, he's been incredible. So, yeah, worthy winner.
You've been fantastic yourself throughout the weekend. You know, the way you've been around the venue, obviously where you've been on the table, you've really embraced the format and kind of always played with a smile on your face. It's been great to watch.
Yeah, I've tried. And trying to understand the format was the biggest problem. But yeah, it's brilliant. I love everything that Ultimate are doing, and I'm just glad to be a part of it.
Well, we're great to have you a part of it as well. Thank you for another good run in the tournament. It's always been great to watch, and we look forward to seeing your next great run.
Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
It really was 3 finals in the space of a few weeks for John Chambers, but it is another title for Phil Harrison. Before we hand him the trophy, let's get Phil up for a few words. Come on up, Phil. Come on. Phil, congratulations. Been a little while since you won a title, and you finally got your hands on another one here with the last man standing.
I can't remember when I've last hardly won a match, hardly, for the last 3 years. But no, it's nice to. Obviously, I haven't played for a day and a half, so just to start playing in the evening is lovely. Yeah.
It's a very strange event, isn't it? Because you do have to wait around a long time before you get going. Especially tends to be the players that go deep don't play too much in the first day and a half. But you must be pleased when you finally got on the table that you actually hit the ground running and played really well from ball one.
Yeah, I mean, I've had to, because obviously I don't know I can't remember all the scores, but everybody's breaking in dishing and reverse dishing, and there's a few little tactical battles, very few really, but you just gotta hope you get chances, and obviously the break's a big part of the game these days, and obviously my break's not very good, but I managed to break a bit better today, and if you get chances, you've got to take them.
And with this event in particular, it always feels like behind the scenes there's a lot of kind of discussions and scheming, and this is going to happen, that's going to happen. It felt like you stayed out of that as much as you could, and you were just kind of, I'm waiting for my turn on the table, and when it comes, I'm just going to play some good stuff and hope that's enough. Yeah, I mean, when the event starts, nobody wants to play really. It's just a strange tournament that nobody wants to play the game. But yeah, there's all sorts of things going on. But I was just sitting there with Louise and just keeping out of it all. And there were some great matches through the weekend. 𝗏𝗏𝘃𝗏𝗏 was incredibly entertaining, and I thought 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was probably the star of the weekend. The way he sort of handled the interviews and the way he played, and just picking out people, not worrying about the money, just playing the game as it should be, really, and just picking people out, and very, very entertaining. I thought he was star of the weekend. Yeah, well said. He really will remember what he did this weekend for a long, long time. Said that to him when I spoke to him after his performances. And what's good news for you as well is because of those performances from Cohen, because he's managed to sort of start mixing things up, putting bounties on different people's heads, you actually end up winning the bounties as well. So not just you win the trophy and the first prize, you also get some bounties as well. So that's a nice little bonus payday.
Yeah, I'm very happy. Obviously, I put one on his head, I think, but...
And now you win it.
No, I've got it. It's too late.
You knew what you was doing.
Yeah. Even better.
Well, congratulations, Phil. I think it's about time you come forward and you pick up the trophy and you claim your prize for being the last man standing.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Brilliant performance from Phil. He really did hit the ground running from the very first ball when he got out to the table. We have been entertained this weekend. We have seen so much drama throughout the weekend. So many of the players delivered some great, great moments for us. And it comes down to Phil Harrison to be the last man standing. Thank you for your company watching. We look forward to seeing you again. And we'll be back tomorrow night for the Pairs Cup. We'll see you tomorrow.